Hello, my name is Roberto Villanueva, and this is my self-reflective journal report. For this report, I decided to record this video. I'm going to show you an application I've been working on. This application is a web application, and it's also a journal. It has been a journal for my entries, um, the things that we've been learning each week. I've been entering in this web journal. For this application, I used Spring, Hibernate, collections. I also used Spring Boot and Bootstrap, so including a few more technologies that we've been learning in this class. I decided to use the MVC design pattern. I'm not 100% sure if this is the way it's supposed to be, but I did my best to organize my classes and my files so they would follow this pattern. Excuse me. Here in the applications property, I'm establishing the connection with the database. I'm using Hibernate as my dialect. Here's my main controller. This controller just handles the interaction. I mean the HTTP requests, like sending to views, processing like forms and inputs and all that stuff is in here. Like going to the main page, showing add an entry, save an entry, etc. For my model, I have this class that shapes what an entry instance should look in the database. I have an ID, a date, a name, a text, and those are the same fields that I have in my database. So you can see this is an annotation, an entry annotation, entity annotation, I'm sorry. I have the repository interface that extends from the JPA repository, and this is actually what makes the CRUD operations possible. This service class instantiates a repository object. And with this repository object, I can, perform CRUD operations like find all and save all the instances in a list from the database, save an entry, find uh, um, and a role by ID, or an instance, and delete by ID. This is the entry point of the application, and here I have also my templates, my HTTP templates. I use Timeleaf as a view engine, I think it's called, and also Bootstrap to add some style to it. I just started using Bootstrap, and I think it's a wonderful thing. Just with a little bit of code, just adding classes, you're gonna actually make your website look decent. So I'm going to show you the database and then the application. And for that, I'm going to start my servers. And here is my champ I use in my SQL for my database. And actually, this is the database I'm using. Here are, like all the topics and my entries for this week, for each week, things that I've been learning in this class. And as I told you, my entry table has an ID, a date, the name of the entry, and the actual text. Now I'm going to start my application. As I told you, this application uses Spring Boot, as you can see here, for the server. And it's running on port 8080. So let's go to a browser and let's start this application. Localhost port 8080. Here's the application. Um, these links are to show the text of each entry or the full entry, like this, for example. You can see um, my entry journal or my journal entry here. I can show you another one. You can see that it's something different. I can update the entries, for example, this one. This is the UML. Just gonna add something here real quick. Smiley face. And if I go to the UML, you can see that it has changed. I can add new entries just for demonstration. I'm gonna do this, smiley face, and you can see the new entry here. And if I go to the database and refresh it, you can see my new entry is showing in the database. I can also delete the entry. And yeah, it's a simple application, but I'm really happy with what it does. I can use it as a journal or as just like an application just to make notes. I think all the topics that we learn in this class in this class are very, very helpful, and I'm really happy with them. I think these topics are a great transition from just knowing the basics of programming to actually starting, like doing useful things and using things that are useful in the industry. For example, JSON, JUnit, servlets, threads, Hibernate. I think these topics are a great foundation to learn frameworks like Spring Boot or Java Enterprise Edition, or things that we are going to be using in the workforce. So I'm really happy with all the things that I learned in this class. I'm grateful. Thank you very much for your help, and I think that's it for now. I'm going to include a link to the GitHub repository in case that you want to take a look at this application. I added it on GitHub. So that is it. Thank you very much.